Good day, good morning. Today is the 20th of April. We are celebrating the solar eclipse happening now. It's very, very early in the morning. It's before 6. We're recording this from Howick, South Africa. The eclipse is about to start, I think, in our local time, but we won't see it. It is also the new moon in Aries, the second new moon in Aries. The sun moves into Taurus, and of course tomorrow is the retrograde, the Mercury retrograde. And of course this is eclipse season, linking up with the 5/5, the lunar eclipse. I give thanks to our Holy God, our Heavenly Holy Creator of all that is, was, and ever can be, for allowing us the gift of life to be able to come together like this. I call upon the 9 beings of light that oversees our energy and creates a protective field around us. I call upon and invoke the presence of Archangel Michael, Lord Jesus the Christ, Lord Metatron, Saint Germain, Lord Kuthumi, Archangel Ariel, Lord Ganesh, Lord Melchizedek, and Lord Maitreya, to protect us against all negativity projected towards us by any and all beings, consciously and unconsciously, incarnate and discarnate, from the north, the south, the east, the west, from above, from below, as also from within, to ground us within the light of Christ, so that at any and all times we are fully grounded, fully protected, and fully connected. To bless us with His Excalibur sword of truth, so that our truth always is our communicating and motivating force of light. We call upon the essence of Ascended Master Kuthumi, Goddess Diana, as we ask them to extend their energies down to us, to connect with us this day. We call upon and give thanks to the essence of Lady Gaia, for allowing us the gift of experiencing another lifetime upon her body, to live on her, to breathe off her, to breed on her, to feed off her. We call upon our guides and guardians to step forward as we ask them to create a magnificent circle of light around us. We ask them to beam their love towards us, so that during this time, any questions we may have, any uncertainties we may have, will come to the fore. We ask that all that is shared with the greatest of integrity and truth. As we give thanks for the teachings we've received from the Masters throughout the years. We give thanks to those that have been there to help and support us, to love us and to care for us, for not giving up on us, even at times when we feel like giving up on ourselves. And so it is. I am Kuthumi, and I come forward upon the rays of love and wisdom to greet thee at this time, and to gift unto thee a most special blessing of awakening. It is with great joy and with great pleasure within our hearts that we gather with you upon this day, as we hold each of you here firmly within the heart of Christ and securely upon the hands of God. Dearly beloved beings, beloved brothers and sisters of the light, of all parts of the light, the dimmer light, the brighter light, all of the light. For beloved ones, it is all light. We come to you this day to gift unto you a message of inspiration and hope, to deliver to you an energy frequency of love extended through our energy. No matter whether you listen to this recording or whether you read these words, you will feel our essence and you will feel our vibrational frequency as you come to tap into the essence of love, love of the self, love of all others, and through that be able to extend and open yourself up to embrace the love extended to you from above, so to speak, from below, so to speak, from within, and certainly from without. Beloved ones, the essence of light and dark is a topic for intense discussion, which we shall attempt to touch on over time. At this time you are experiencing the eclipse, the darkening of your sun. Now the sun is the essence of light and energy that brings forth its magnificent vibrational frequency to enhance that which is alive on terra firma. The sun brings life. She is the star of your system, as it is known. She brings life, she brings things to life, and in a physical sense, she shines her light upon you. Now when the sun goes into the eclipse and is blocked off by the moon, beloved ones, even though there's a shadow that passes across its reflection, it by no means lessens its light. It by no means slows down its life-giving frequency. Symbolically and metaphysically, the action of that, of letting the darkness slide across the light, is in many ways a metaphor for your own life. For you understand that this is indeed a great time of cleansing, of purging. It is a fantastic time from an energetic point of view to release the ties of the things that bind you to the past, of things that bind you to yourself, of issues that anchors you within a restricted space that won't allow you the time of day, so to speak, for you to burst forth and be the immaculate self that you already are. This energy requires of you to have an in-depth checkup, if you wish, to create a checklist, if you wish, on the things that you feel is still not within balance. And as this is a planetary event that affects everyone alike, be that consciously or unconsciously, we would suggest that you hold these intentions for the rest of your brothers and sisters and your planet. To set the intent for these intense frequencies of death and rebirth, which is also anchored within the time where you are experiencing a changeover of energy, as you've had with Easter in the reflection of death, and about to step through the gateway of Vesak, which is the reflection of life, to give these gifts to your earth, to the planetary energies, and to extend these awakening forces of light to everyone upon this planet. Beloved ones, darkness has no power over you, lest you give it that. A room is only dark until you light a candle. And once the candle is lit, that light holds the frequency of vision so that you may see with your physical eyes the light all around you. You have within yourself various energy bodies, shall we say. You have within your auric field and the energy that extends beyond you even more physical bodies, etheric bodies, I beg your pardon, etheric bodies. So within your physical you have the etheric, and within the etheric you have the reflection of the physical. And in that, within that entire system of light, you, beloved ones, shine like a beacon. You shine the most beautiful, brightest light, no matter whether you have lit your candle or not. And that light is you. It is anchored within you to shine from within. And that light is noticeable wherever you go, be it in daytime, nighttime, be it at times of joy or at times of darkness, which you may perceive to be a time of shadow. The shadow only extends as far as the light allows it to. When you stand in the daytime and you allow the reflection of light from your sun to cast your shadow onto the earth, once the sun sets, that shadow is gone. But indeed, the reflection of that remains. For, as I've always said, learn to dance with your shadow. Beloved ones, there is such controversy at this time when it comes to outplaying the cards of light and dark. And therefore it is imperative at times like this for you to understand that the darkness has no hold over you. It cannot. It cannot do anything to you except that which you allow it to do. The earth herself is at this time receiving the energies from the sun, even though there may be a shadow cast upon her. And therefore, the frequency of light that is extended to you is never diminished. It never fades. It never withers. But it is up to you to integrate and to work towards and to accept, and therefore through dedication to allow yourself to expand from that. Like the codes of expansiveness which we took you through for those of you that followed our work during the New You meditation a number of years ago. In fact, we will ask this channel to attach some information on that here. For the codes of expansion, which many of you have integrated and experienced in your own way, is the essence of a greater understanding of love, which allows you to expand from yourself in all directions, and therefore to be the light that you are, and to hold that frequency of love no matter which of the darkest hours you are facing. Beloved ones, within darkness there is immense light. Within complete blackness, as in the void, there is light. That light is you. It is therefore pretty obvious that at the times when venturing into these deep levels of extended consciousness, if you will, that you can never fear the situation that you find yourself within. For within any darkness and every darkness, there you hold the light. So the essence of this energy is asking you to get excited, to become anew, and to be anew. Beloved ones, it is also extremely important at these key date events to hold that which you wish to integrate or manifest for yourself on a physical level into your heart. Allow that which you hold on to as a dream essence of that which you wish to create for yourself become your reality by holding that vision, holding the vision in your mind and holding that vision in your heart. Integrating the reality of that essence by bringing it through the third eye and expressing it through the heart, as always. And it is at these times when the energy around your planet becomes so amplified and so powerful that it allows you to gently move into a deeper understanding of the void, of the veil, and of all of that which presumably, according to you, separates yourself from worlds within worlds. Beloved ones, we move among you. We move past you. We bump into you. You bump into us. But because you are unable to register that frequency that we vibrate on, or because you're unable to see within that frequency, to shed your light upon that frequency, you don't always tap into the vibrational frequency that we extend to you, but we extend it nonetheless. Just like the energy of the sun continues during an eclipse, so do we continually share our energy and our light essence with you, even though you're not able to feel it or see it or hear it, or some of those, or all of them, all of the time. The five senses of the human awareness, the five gifts that you've been given, beloved ones, are first and foremost the most exquisite gifts and tools extended to humanity, because through that you can navigate yourself into a survival system, into an expansion system. For you are able to smell and taste and see and hear and feel. But when you combine those with the extended knowingness, when you take the essence of the earth, water, fire, air, and you bring it together with the ether, that is when you allow yourself to step through the gateways of consciousness that prevents you from tapping into worlds beyond worlds. And that is what's needed. So that is the frequency extended to you, the gifts that you are given in this gateway. And when I speak of this gateway, I speak of the period before this, from about Easter right through to the period of the new moon in Taurus. An 8-week roundabout period, because of the power of the eclipse and what these eclipses bring. For you have the solar eclipse happening as we speak to you on the other side of the planet. Now, isn't that magnificent? Here where this channel is, in the southern hemisphere, it is the rising of the sun. And yet on the other side of the planet, it is that very sun that shines so brightly outside, that is now allowing itself to be cloaked within a shadow as it learns to dance with its shadow. Beloved ones, this period through to the next eclipse is a very, very important time. It is a period of introspection like never before. It is a time of truly fine-tuning your desires, your wants, your manifestations. This is a time for you to bring all of that which you desire to the table, to place your order within the universal kitchen, so to speak. It is a time for you to focus on that which you wish to create in your life and set the intentions for it to come to be. A very important time. You will be offered the same energy again later this year, but not as powerful as now. So we urge you to use this time to pay attention to your desires, your needs, and your wants, and not to allow your shadow self to overshadow you in the sense of you fearing your own darkness. Beloved ones, the planet needs your love. The planet doesn't need you to save it. Save yourself. You don't need to run around and save the people, the humans on this planet. They can save themselves. But by saving yourself, you transform everything around you. And if one person at a time commits to that and brings energy into a new frequency of balance and alignment, then so will the entire essence be saved, the entire planet, so to speak. You are beautiful beyond words. And no matter your belief of the shadow within, the light without always prevails. When facing what you term to be your shadow, how do you feel about that? what would be the first thing that you think of as I speak these words? I can guarantee you that the first thing that you think about is the last thing you need to think about. That's how the shadow works. It sets yourself in retrograde, so to speak. So, whatever the thought was that came into your mind at first, we would dare you to put that last on your list. And whatever it was that you least expect, we suggest you move that to the top of the list. For within tiny crevices of consciousness, of the brain, and of human living, so to speak, there bruise pockets of darkness. And it's only dark because you refuse to put your light, to shine your light on it. You've refused to put light on it. So therefore we dare you. We ask that you indeed open yourself up and from within shine the light without, to allow the things that you feel to be your biggest drawback become the inspiration for your complete transformation. Beloved ones, where you perceive there to be darkness, cast your light. Instead of complaining about darkness, what you perceive to be dark, just cast your light upon them. Use your positive frequency to dissolve the negative connotations surrounding that which you profess to be of the dark. And let me clarify here. In this discourse, I am not discussing evil. I'm speaking about your shadow, that which you need to face. For very often, within that shadow, therein lies the greatest gifts. And those gifts can only come to the fore once you've peeled off the layers of that pungent onion, so to speak. That is what we are asking you in this essay, in this channeling, in this message. To hold your frequency in the light of your own divinity within, as well as your own divinity without. For beloved ones, you are an extension of Creator Light. You cannot be without it. Embrace it and allow that light to burn brightly within you, even at times when you feel that you can no more. Visualize yourself standing on the planet, standing in your garden, with the rays of the sun bathing you from behind. Let it cast a shadow of your shadow self on the earth. Once you are comfortable with that, allow that shadow self to become an extension of you. In other words, see yourself manifest as yourself, but in shadow aspect of yourself, a couple of meters away from you. See your shadow getting up from the ground and standing up facing you. Now visualize yourself extending a hand towards your shadow, and at the same time allow your shadow to extend a hand to you. And where the light and the dark mix and comes together and creates a magnificent frequency of love, allow that gift to create an electrical spark within that hand, within hand essence, the holding of the hands. Allow these sparks of light to travel into your shadow self, into yourself, and allow the two essences, the shadow aspect of yourself and the aspect of you that you embody, to be filled with many explosions of light from top to toe, like a magical explosion of trillions of little connections of light. And then see your shadow self lighting itself up. Feel that vibration that is within you, the similar vibration. And now visualize within your shadow self, looking into its eyes, your eyes. For a moment, bring your attention to your own eyes. You know what they look like. Hold the reflection from the light within your shadow self, within your eyes, as your shadow self embraces the light within you. And now gently step towards one another, until eventually you embrace each other. And in so doing, beloved ones, make peace with that which you believe to be your enemy. Acknowledge it. Give thanks to it. But don't give it power. Set the intent for it to leave, to go, and to come into balance, to give you the ability to experience a new start or a fresh start, so that you may also finally see that which hinders you and which has prevented you from excelling to not be your darkest enemy, but rather, because of the experience of it, to become a supporting tool that allows you to excel and to burst forth and step into a new pathway of light, that you may go out and explore, knowing that the balance within creates balance without, and no longer need you fear your darker frequency. No longer need you run away from your shadow. No longer need you be interrogated or live according to the conditions set by something that has no power unless you give it. Therefore, do not treat any presumably dark energy or shadow self with malice and negativity and anger. For we have said time and again, 1,000,000 times over, love that which you need to let go of. Because by loving it, you give power to yourself over it. And by hating it, you give that power back onto that which holds you within its clutches. So it's only by loving something and thanking it for being in your life and acknowledging the experience and the frequencies that it bathed you in, what it has brought to your life, and finding a gift in that. Even in that deepest, darkest box, find a gift of light. And by doing that, beloved ones, the hold goes. The energy starts leaving, and the vibrational frequency between what you believed this to be and the actual truth of what it is sets itself into a new tone, and through that you see things in a new light. And once you do that, the power that anything had over you lifts, for it can no longer control you. It is important to keep working on this. Embrace your shadow. See this infusion of light within as without. And acknowledge that even within the darkest, perceived to be particles of shadow, there is light. For the ultimate of it all is to remember, and to tap into and to embrace the infusion of light within. For if you are as light, how can you ever be in darkness? Beloved ones, allow this transition of the shadow moving across your sun to be symbolically a shadow moving across your life, so that you may now learn to dance with that shadow, so that you may, together with that shadow, create anew, and therefore be able to step out of the hold that the perceived dark had over you, by acknowledging that it all simply is various frequencies of light. And when those with dimmer light interrogate you, and when those with dimmer frequencies of light that is a part of you, your shadow self, interrogates you, sit it down, stand it out, light your frequencies up, see the reflection of love in their eyes, take their hands and embrace them symbolically. Cut the ties that it had over you, that it held over you. For it's only through those ties a separation occurs, or it is only through those ties that a separation is reinforced. But by integrating it and being the yin and the yang yourself, of yourself, by holding the power of your light and dark within the essence of your light and love within, as a Christed being, you can never fear the dark again. For the dark has no power over you. For wherever you are, there too is light. And if you can just focus on that and hold your memory on that, the power within will begin to awaken and support the true transition, so that you may now burst forth and truly step into the new you, which is what this process is all about. And not just this process, beloved ones. It is the gateway of the Aquarian energy. It is a gateway which you are going through steadily over a number of years, decades, and longer. Therefore, remain true to the self. Stop criticizing and judging the self and others. I mean, that goes without saying. But very often you believe that when you stop criticizing and judge others, you still may have the privilege of doing that for yourself. No. Stop criticizing and judging the self. That is giving the shadow self the power to express over you. Tap into your internal light. Let go of that which you feel to be out of balance. Embrace that which you shy away from. And by allowing love to bring peace into your world, you will be transformed. May the light of the living Christ burn brightly within you. And may you know that not now or not ever can you be alone. Until we meet again, I am Kuthumi. I am the Lord and the Master Koan of the golden rays of love and wisdom. And I greet and I bless thee in light. Adonai. I'd like to thank Spirit for the message. I'd like to thank all of our guides and guardians for holding us in this energy. I'd like to thank the Masters and the Lords of Light that created this divine protection, this frequency. As we go forth and create a beautiful day. Thank you.